Kendo Podcast episode 185. In this episode, I want to talk about the way or the techniques.
Kendo Podcast by Hiro Fuji from Kendo-Guide.com. Thank you for listening. This podcast is about Japanese martial arts Kendo for Kendo lovers and supported by Kendo enthusiasts through Patreon.com. Thank you for your support, guys. Please visit Kendo-Guide.com for more Kendo information and how to support Kendo-Guide.com.
Welcome to Kendo Podcast episode 185. Now, I know this is very noisy because I'm driving, so please forgive me. This is the only time I can record. And also, this will be, the quality of podcast for I don't know how long, because I started a new job. Actually, I got a new job, and I have to drive 1.5 hours to get to my work and coming back home 1.5 hours. So I don't have time to record at home anymore. I'm very, very sorry about this. And I'm planning to have a new microphone. I tried the microphone I have. It didn't work. It's even noisier than this. So please bear with me. Now, like I said, the way or the techniques. Now, Kendo we translate it as the way of the sword, right? So, and it is true that is derived from samurai swordsmanship, which is, the techniques of killing or techniques of the sword, kenjutsu. Judo as well. Judo, the way of softness, right? And techniques, they had jujutsu. Now, people think jujutsu is from Brazil. Jujutsu is from Japan, and this guy, I believe, Maeda sensei, back in the old days, he went to Brazil and he taught Gracie, Dad Gracie, I guess, Jiu-Jitsu to him. So now people know Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu better than Japanese, original Jiu-Jitsu. But anyway, so Judo came from Jiu-Jitsu. Kendo from Kenjutsu, right? So now, okay, what do you want to do in Kendo though? Kendo, the way of the sword, of course, we are not using the sword, right? We're not using katana, and we certainly don't kill each other. We hit each other, but under certain rules, regulations. Some people do still in training do foot sweeps. Some people, including me, sometimes I do use foot sweep, but I make sure that they don't get hurt. All right. So some people just do things to, I don't know why people do things like that in Kendo, especially in, what do you call it? Shiai. They are prohibited. These techniques are prohibited, but they still do it, like shoulders through, like wrestling techniques or something like that. You see these on YouTube and stuff. And as if they don't care. Like, I did it. I meant to do it, and I meant to hurt you kind of attitude. Now, wait a minute. We're not doing Kendo to hurt others. We're doing Kendo to train ourselves, right? And then we do need to have a training partner so we can know ourselves better. So, your opponent is stronger than you, your mind moves more, right? Your mind, you don't want to get hit, you get scared. Now you have to fight that feeling. That's what we are fighting through Kendo, right? The way of the sword. So, a lot of people, I don't know, they can enjoy, techniques as well, but I don't agree that they do that because they want to hurt others. I mean, you can hurt others, but that means you're ready to get hurt too, right? So if you start hurting, if you do kendo or whatever, judo. Now, judo, yes, you do throw, but people don't do that to hurt others, right? And they know, mind you though, they can hurt others. In kendo too, if you want to, the better you get, the more control you have. So if you want to, I'm sure you can hurt others, but you choose not to do it. If you try to hurt others, it's your weakness, right? I don't know why you want to hurt others. Maybe you are angry because of many reasons. Maybe your opponents start hurting you, but is it on purpose? If it's on purpose, you got to do something about it. Either you have two choices. You can tell, I mean, you're hurting me, okay? Are you doing that on purpose? Probably not. So, if they keep hurting you, not intentionally, they are lacking techniques. So you have to tell them, you shouldn't be doing this, you shouldn't be doing that, you should be doing this. A lot of times they don't have good tenouchi. They don't have good control. That's a lacking skills, right? So they need to know that. And if they keep hurting you because of lacking skills, you can't get pissed off. I know you get hurt. Maybe you can work each other, work with him or her. Okay, let's try that. Let's try this. So they can get better. You can, and then if you get pissed off and you lose control of yourself and you start hurting others, and then what's going to happen? You just hurt each other. And many people think, like kendo, oh yeah, we can learn sword techniques. It's a yes or no. One, we don't use sword. We follow the principles, application of the principles of the katana, right? We do apply the principles of katana, but as you know, we don't
reported ahead.
We don't use sword. That means we don't cut through your opponent's body, right? So it's a bit different technique should be applied. So you gotta be flexible there. If you really wanna learn kenjutsu, all right, you shouldn't be doing kendo. You should be doing, kenjutsu, like old style, involving, tameshigiri, cutting test or some sorts, right? And kendo is really through the application of the principles of the katana, we train ourselves physically and mentally. If you have an opponent right in front of you, you get scared. You don't want to get hit, right? That's the bottom line. You don't want to get hit, but you want to hit. And then, in this simple regulations, rule, you don't want to get hit. You want to hit. Your mind always move. Your mind is messed up, you have to control yourself, and then you should be, you have to learn, okay, when to strike, when not to strike. Okay, that's in kendo. You're gonna learn. Now you have to apply that to your daily life. When to speak, when not to speak, Some people speak too much. You can say that is, human trait. Maybe some people, talk when they shouldn't, but they really have to learn when to speak, right? When to speak and how to speak, what to speak. It's same as kendo. if you know when to speak and how to speak and what to speak, you can kind of convince other people. I think that's what it is. Kendo, through Kendo we can learn
Hazard reported
this.
ahead.
Now I have a navigation going, so you might hear my navigation going, turn right or turn left, or hazard reported ahead kind of thing, but please ignore it. That proves that I'm driving right. So anyway, now if you don't really use Kendo, you can enjoy Kendo just itself. It's a mind game. You can enjoy mind game, and then you can apply if you want to. And I really recommend you use the Kendo principle to your daily life. But it's up to you. But certainly we don't do Kendo to hurt others. So that is one thing. Sometimes some people wanna do a lot of fancy stuff. That's okay. Kendo has a lot of fancy techniques, and maybe in the old days they had a fancier techniques, I think. But as the time goes by, those techniques they have disappeared. It doesn't mean I would like to keep those, but doesn't mean everyone else wants to. So it's up to you. Right, as much as I can do these techniques, I think I can, share those techniques with my students. But anyway, that's a different story. So, bottom line is Kendo. We have Taiyadari, we have all kinds of stuff. But remember, Judo, those things, Judo and Aikido, they do ukemi first. Ukemi is how to receive throws. They throw you, they know they throw you. So you have to know how to receive it first. In Kendo, because we don't do that, not many people know how to receive those dangerous techniques, right? And if you do it all of a sudden because you saw it somewhere, it's not fair. And it's simply dangerous. So if you want to do it within like certain amount of, people or group, a certain group, that's fine, but they have to know that you're gonna do it, and you're gonna know that they're gonna do it. So you have to know how to receive those, right? I'm not encouraging you to do so, but I'm telling you, don't do it to someone who doesn't know how to receive it. So that's not. What is Budo about it? What is the way about it? You just don't know. You're just bullying people, right? So I think a lot of people, first, they should know why they're doing Kendo. The first thing they should know, we don't hurt others. And also, Kendo is not about, hitting each other. So you have to learn reigi, right? Etiquette. So etiquette, how you look good, how you fold your hakama, how you fold keikogi, what you do with your bogu at home. You have to dry them. You can't keep them wet. So these are etiquette. It's not you just don't go to dojo and learn all kinds of techniques and then just ignore all those etiquettes. So I think that's why it's the strictly speaking Kendo. This is the way part. So I hope you agree with me in this certain point, and I hope I can get better microphones, and I'm not too sure if the recording quality will be better, but I will make it better somehow. I will keep trying to buy different microphone if it's necessary. Okay? And then tell me, I know this is bad. Okay, so don't tell me the quality is bad. I know it's bad. So if you think you know better microphone, or how I should be recording, I know I should be recording in a quiet area, but it's not possible. I have to drive and record at the same time. So if you can tell me what microphone I should be using, that will be very helpful. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you in the next podcast.
I would like to send special thanks to patrons for their constant support through patreons.com/Kendo for Life.